Hey fam, it's Jazz.
And it's Jaden.
And we're coming to you live.
With the vibe.
Come join the tribe.
What tribe? J Tribe. Hey, what's good, y'all?
What's good, fam? We are back again with another spicy topic. And today we are going to be talking about someone who has been on the social media, on YouTube, everywhere. Everyone's been talking about it. Erica Mena and Safaree. Woo.
Here we go.
They've been back and forth. Oh my goodness.
Man.
It's like they put us in the group chat, but we never asked to be in the group chat.
That's
So family,
craziness.
You know we gotta talk about it, right?
Yeah, we have to.
And so what I'm calling this one is When Love Turns Toxic. So we're going to go ahead on and dig into the first clip. This one is with Safaree on his YouTube channel. And he talks a little bit about the stuff he's been dealing with him and his ex-wife, Erica Mena. So we're going to go ahead on and dig right in.
Let's get it.
And it's just nothing is easy. Everything is a fight. And I don't fight, I don't argue, it's draining. I'm not doing it. So when all this core stuff is said and done, it is what it is. This is not about child support. So this thing it's not about money. It's way bigger than that. It's about let me be a father, stay out the way, and that's it. Stop trying to act like you don't care when you do care. Stop harassing my mother. Stop harassing my sister. Stop harassing anyone that's close to me. And this is not to bash. This is just the truth. This is just what it is. So that narrative that everyone just thinks is so cool to run, like you use common sense. If I haven't seen my kids, there is a reason. And this is the reason. You're going to see it. You're going to see everything.
Oh.
We're going to see everything. Oh.
What is she doing?
She's climbing the ladder. Captain Obvious, right? Uh-oh. This is kind of dangerous, though.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good landing.
Ooh, she made it.
Yeah. So she snuck in the house, or
it looked like she snuck into Safaree's. She banging on the glass.
Well, she's trying to get in though.
Dang.
What do you think she's saying?
You better open the door. I don't know.
Effing blocker, effing blocker. Mother.
Beep. Gotta bleep it out.
Whoa.
Dang, almost hit the kid down.
All right in front of the kids. Oh
my goodness. Ooh-wee.
Oh, he's like, I got you.
He's
like,
he looked at that camera like,
I got you.
Dang.
Oh man.
And this is I guess when he was calling the police, he says.
Well, yeah.
I guess she was trying to take the phone from him.
Or he's calling his editor to get the video ready.
That's probably what he was really going.
This is not a laughing matter, by the way.
Yeah, it's just man.
Commentary, because there's no audio, so.
Yeah, we have to be the audio.
Yeah. Whoa! You know, when I first seen the video, I actually missed that part. She threw what was that, a vase or something?
Yeah, it looks like the flower vase.
Oh, she's like, I'm gone. Oh.
Dang, just knocking his stuff down.
Broke a plant and hot. Oh, man.
Ooh, goodness.
Wow.
Ooh, that was a lot. So, if you guys aren't up to date with what's going on with Erica Mena and Safaree, so they've been back and forth a lot recently when it comes to child support. They have been divorced now for a little while now, for a couple of years, but they've been back and forth when it comes to the child support. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the video clips of Erica Mena crashing out, going crazy because Safaree wasn't paying as much child support as she wanted him to pay. So Safaree, he's on Love and Hip Hop, so you know he has been playing a role there, and he's been making good money. About $61,000 a month is what he was bringing in, and Erica Mena was also bringing in good money, somewhere around $30,000 to $40,000 a month, right? But the court only ordered Safaree to pay about $4,000 for the two children that they have together. Now listen, a lot of people had a lot of things to say about that, as far as was that enough money that he should have been paying, or you know, some people were saying, well, that's good enough for the two kids. Hey, we'll let you come up with your own ideas when it comes to that. But he recently is going to take Erica Mena back to court to reduce his child support payments. Now, mind you, she was already upset about the first child support settlement where she was only getting about $4,000. But now he's trying to decrease it even more because he's saying that he's not making as much as he was. He's not as, I guess, a main character anymore on the Love and Hip Hop series. So he's bringing her back to court. And so that's why in the introduction of this video, I'm thinking he's saying like, well, where we started off at the video, he's saying that it's not about the money. It's not about the child support. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on the video?
Well, that was wow. That was crazy. Oh yeah, that's technically that is domestic violence.
Oh yeah.
You're not supposed to put your hands on your spouse, and that goes for women putting their hands on men too.
100%.
Of course, I do not condone men putting their hands on women, nor should women put their hands on men.
Yeah.
So I think that is a domestic violence scene that we just saw. So whether he called the police, do you know if he called the police or not, or if it was official, or was he threatening to call the police? I mean,
he says that he was on the phone with the police, but I'm not sure. Maybe
I mean, how often do men call police on their wives for domestic violence? I don't know the numbers, but I mean, I'm sure it's probably pretty slim, pretty small.
Yeah.
I know it's lower than the other way around.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah.
But technically, that is domestic violence. It was unfortunate that it was right in front of the children.
Yeah.
We were having a little bit of fun with it, but it's not a laughing matter.
Abuse is not a laughing matter.
Abuse is abuse, and the cameras are not on in regards to Love and Hip Hop. Those cameras are not on. The house cameras were on, but the Love and Hip Hop camera was not rolling. So they'll let you know that this is real. This is not fake. They've been in the media before. They're back and forth in the media.
A lot.
I think it's both of their behavior that's causing. I don't think that he's 100% innocent. I don't think she's 100% innocent either. Now she's been vocal about how he wasn't there for her during her pregnancy. So they've been both pointing the finger at each other.
For sure.
So it's unfortunate to see this video.
Yeah, it is. Especially the children being there. It's bad no matter what, but especially in front of the kids. It's, you could just tell that they have a very toxic relationship. And I do believe that some of it is it's fueled by who they are, and they're reality TV stars. So it's part of what feeds them. It's part of what gives them money, right? Because no one would watch. Let's be real. No one would watch Love and Hip Hop if there wasn't any drama.
Well, let me be real with y'all. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop.
I don't either. I did back in the day, but
I don't watch. Yeah, I don't watch it. But for those that do, hey, do your thing. I'm not hating on you. But I was really impressed with the research that you've done.
Oh yeah. Well, honestly, I had to do a little research for this video because listen, I'm gonna be real.
You didn't even look on the notes. You just remembered off top like that.
Hey, I've been doing.
I would have just read the spreadsheet like, look, y'all. Like I know who Safaree is. I know who Erica Mena is. I do not live under a rock. But if I was an expert in this, I wonder what you would think about me. Like, man, you got time, right?
Man, yeah, I wouldn't call myself an expert at all, family. So listen, if I'm leaving stuff out, feel free to put it in the comment section.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, so this video that Safaree posted on his YouTube channel is definitely crazy. A lot of people have been talking about it, and you know what? I wanna know, how did they get here, right? Like,
Yeah.
how did this even happen? Because they were married, you know, they seemed happy, you know. So how did it get to this point where, you know, we can see Erica, you know, pushing him, throwing his stuff, I mean, hopping over his fence, a lot, right? So let's just try to figure out how it happened so we can give our perspective on it, because honestly, it's hard to give a perspective on something when you don't really know a majority of the facts, right? So we're gonna go ahead on and dig in and let you guys know, especially if you don't already know, a little bit about Erica Mena as well as Safaree. Okay, so Erica Mena, she was born November 8th, 1987. She is an actress, a model, a singer, and a video vixen. She's best known for her role on Love and Hip Hop New York and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She gained her initial fame from being a video vixen, appearing on several music videos from artists like Chris Brown and Fat Joe and Akon. So she has been in the industry for a long time. She got started very early on in her teen years. She was first somewhat discovered when she went on a J-Lo lookalike competition, and she won that competition. And she was in her early teens to preteens age, and then from there, she just decided she was going to sign up for a few music videos and stuff like that, and she did it, you know, all independently. But she was still a minor at this time. She has been in videos from Chris Brown. She was like the main girl, I believe, on that Chris Brown video. And also she's been on magazine covers. And mind you, a majority of these things that she was doing, she was actually underage, right? But she said by the time she got to the Chris Brown video, she actually made a pretty good bag. She made about $20,000 off of that video. So she realized that she has something going for herself. And as we can see now, you know, she's been on different movies that she's been in, and as well as obviously Love and Hip Hop. So that's a little bit of background on her. She's been linked to a bunch of different guys. She's been linked to people.
Okay, get the list ready.
Yep.
no shot, no diss, but
yeah,
it's a list for real.
It's a list. Let me tell you, it is a list, family. So let me get it straight. Let me get it right for y'all. So she started off early in her teen years. She was with a guy named Raul Code. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry. I have an English accent for sure. So yeah, Raul Code or something like that. Conde. He was part of the Terror Squad, yes, a rapper as well. And, you know, they met each other. And she ended up getting into a relationship with him. She was with him for several years. They also have a son together, their son King. They had him in 2007. But she also accused Raul of committing domestic violence against her. And they ended up breaking up. And about a little while after she gave birth to her son in 2007, I believe they got together around 2000. So for several years they were together, but from her account it was toxic. And there's also video out, if you guys want to check it out. There's video of Erica Mena actually beating up her ex, her baby daddy, her ex. So you feel free to check that out on YouTube. Just type it in, you'll see. you can definitely see she has some rage in her.
Yeah, she has a temper problem. Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, then she ended up getting with
also, yeah, rest in peace, Royal Con.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, 100%. But yeah, she's been seen with other celebrities like DJ Envy. She's been seen out with Fabulous. She's been seen with Lil Bow Wow. Actually, Lil Bow Wow, she was engaged with for a time. That didn't end up working out either. Scott Storch. I mean, the list really goes on. It's a lot of people she's been seen with. Rich Dallas. A lot of people that she's been seen with. A lot of high-profile guys. A lot of guys in the industry. She was also with a guy named Clifford Dixon. He was a close friend to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant said that's like his adopted brother. I guess he used to stay with him. Kevin's mom allowed him to stay with them, so he basically like was over there all the time. So that's like Kevin Durant's brother. Rest in peace to him as well, because he has passed away also. But him and Erica, they also were in domestic violence issues as well. They ended up getting arrested for domestic violence dispute in 2018. She was also arrested, Erica Mena. She was also arrested with some of her other Love and Hip Hop co-stars for a brawl at an Atlanta club, and it they allege that she was attacking a police officer, so she did get arrested for this. So she's got a few mugshots out for sure. She has been arrested a couple of times, and typically for domestic issues. So it's definitely a pattern. That's one thing I noticed.
Yes.
Is a pattern with, these domestic issues, with violence, especially with her relationships, and also the fact that she's been seen with so many celebrities. You could just see that, nothing seemed like it stayed stable for her, right? Like maybe she was with this guy for a minute, she's with that guy for a minute, but nothing really stuck. Nothing really stayed. And even when she got engaged with Bow Wow, that didn't work out either, because apparently they had drama as well. She had drama with Bow Wow's first baby mama, Joy. So, Bow Wow ended up choosing the daughter over choosing Erica, right? So, shortly after, in 2018, shortly after her and Cliff broke up, she ended up getting engaged to Safaree. And I'm saying it hadn't even been 2 months, family.
Wow.
And she was engaged to Safaree.
Wow.
Yeah.
Too much, family.
That's a lot. That's a lot. So, babe, I'm gonna let you tell them a little bit about Safaree in case you guys don't know all the back story to him. So
Yes. All right. So, Safaree Samuels. He was born July 4th, 1981. Rapper and reality TV personality. Former hype man for Nicki Minaj, appearing in Love and Hip Hop. Released 1 solo album and several mixtapes. Safaree Samuels and Nicki Minaj relationship and legal drama. Safaree Samuels dated rapper Nicki Minaj from 2003 to 2014. In 2011, a police report was filed after Samuels allegedly hit Minaj in the face with a suitcase. In 2016, Samuels attempted to sue Minaj, claiming he wasn't credited on her album, The Pink Print. Minaj accused Samuels for trying to extort her, stealing money from her, and benefiting from her name, asking him to stop contacting her. Minaj denied that Samuels or anyone ever wrote her raps, Samuel eventually dropped the lawsuit. So that is a quick bio on Safaree for those who are not familiar with him. So
Yes. So
that's how I knew. I knew him from back in the day from dating Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
I did. See, I didn't know him from the Love and Hip Hop. I know he's been on there just because the show is so popular. Even if you try to avoid it, you're going to end up finding about it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Because a lot of our people, we watch Love and Hip Hop. I mean, I'm sure it's entertaining. And there's times I've walked in and seen some entertaining stuff, and it's held my attention. I ain't gonna lie, it is a sugar honey iced tea show for sure, and it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I know him from back in the day from dating Nicki Minaj. Erica Mena. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like in the music videos that she was in, I didn't realize she was in those videos until afterwards.
Yeah.
Like if she was in Fat Joe's Lean Back, and I didn't even know that she was in the video. Also, too. Fabulous. His video was Breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe. Yeah. That was she was in that video as well, and a plethora of other videos.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's how I know about Erica Mena. But yeah, so there you go, family. That's a bio on Safaree.
Yeah. So you can see even with Safaree, he had some issues as well. I mean, he was accused by Nicki Minaj. There is a police report that he allegedly hit her in the face with a suitcase.
And a suitcase, that's going to take a lot of energy too.
Man.
I mean, it's alleged. It's alleged, but a suitcase, like.
Man, so yeah, so.
But that's a little foggy too, because like we hit like a nudge. With
yeah.
Or like a full
Yeah.
Like a full swing, like a full wound up.
Right. I have a feeling it wasn't that, right? It might have been, I don't know. Maybe he threw the suitcase and it kind of landed on her. I don't know.
This is a domestic violence. We shouldn't be joking about this.
We should not.
But a police report was filed, but no arrests were made.
No arrests were made.
Which it's all alleged. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. But,
yeah.
But as we see, he has a past as well.
He does. And, I would say one thing about Safaree is he's all about the clout. He's all about the attention. And so even the fact that he tried to sue Nicki Minaj for the pink print, saying he helped, write some of her raps, to me that was all another play to get some attention and, to get some money, right?
I agree with you on that. I agree.
I think, him and even Erica, they kind of live off that
controversy.
That controversy, right?
Stirring the pot.
It's like they need the attention. So
they're great at it.
Yeah. They get paid for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, there you go.
That's their job, essentially.
But as we see right here, it's gotten too real.
It's
far too.
Way too real, right?
It's just
way too
crazy.
real. So we're gonna dig into another video clip. This video clip is with Erica Mena and Safaree. This is on their wedding day. Things look so nice and so sweet for them. And, I don't know. I guess it's good for us to take a look back to see how we even got to where we're at now with all this drama that they got going on. But where did it all begin? I mean, they seem like they were so happy.
Well, before we get there, did we share with the audience that they were married in October 2019 and welcomed 2 children?
Yes. Okay,
a daughter in 2020 and a son in 2021. I got 2 ears, and us men, that means we hear twice. So. It has to hit our ears twice. So.
No, I'm glad
you share that. I just wanted to make sure that they got married in 2019, but they got divorced in 2021, and between that time they have 2 children.
Yes, thank you for saying that, babe. Yeah, because we didn't mention that before. But yeah, so this is when they were married. So we're gonna dig into that clip.
It's all about family. It's not about me, myself, and I. Why? Bible teaches that perfect love drives out fear. And fear will only suck your relationship dry. Because where there is fear, you can't trust properly. Erica, Jasmine, Mena. wanted you for so long. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity to actually take me serious. And show you how you're supposed to be loved. Everything before today, none of that matters. I love you so much.
You have filled my life with so much joy, and you have given me a sense of peace I have never known. Although today marks the start of the rest of our lives, one lifetime with you can never be enough. God made sure I was yours, and I'm devoted to you in every way. I marry you with no hesitation or no doubt. I take you as you are, loving you for who you are now and for who you have yet to become. From this day forward, you will never walk alone.
Amen.
Whew. Yeah, you know, beautiful video of two people who seemed like they were very in love, seemed like they were very ready to be married and to live happily ever after. And you know what, to be honest with you, I do believe that Erica Mena really loved Safaree. I watched some other clips of her in the relationship with Safaree, and you know, I could see the passion. Erica, you know, she's a woman that's been through a lot. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I could see the passion that she had for him and the care that she had for him. And, you know, and I believe that he also really loved her as well. But, you know, when you get into a marriage, you know, things can be difficult if you're not willing to make certain changes, right?
Yeah.
Your lifestyle does have to change. You have to accommodate another person into your life now, and realize that it's just not going to be all about you anymore. And, you know, both Erica Mena and Safaree, you know, as being public figures, they probably weren't 100% used to just being about the other person, and not it just being about them. So, I mean, that could be a possibility of why some of the things went to the left for them. But I just thought it would be good for us to see a video of them when they were together and when they were happy, so we can see, like, how did we even get here?
Yeah. Nice wedding. Really nice.
All right, family. We are going to get off into the next clip. This clip right here is of Erica Mena, and she was sitting down talking a little bit about her life growing up and her experience as a child.
I always say this is for any child, but there's something about a young girl, because I do feel like mothers shape their daughters. Mm-hmm. And for you to be born inside of a prison wall, in the prison system, and then to be transferred to a foster care system all by the age of 2, and from 2 to 6, the years where a little girl is supposed to get her mother's love and attention, you were being
Molested.
You were molested?
In foster care, yeah.
You were molested in foster care?
I know for a fact my anger issues in my adulthood came from my childhood. You know, you have these moments of like, okay, you're with this family, you're dealing with what you're dealing with, and then you have these visits with your family. And every visit, I would just pray that I was going home officially, and that wasn't the case. So like after every visit, you know, being ripped from my mom to go back, it built up a lot of anger, a lot. And I used to remember going back to the house after the visit, and I used to be so mad. I used to punch myself. I was so mad. I just my family knew, but I couldn't.
Yeah, family. Very, very sorry to hear that happened to Erica Mena. That's something that no child should ever have to experience. We hear, about terrible stories that happen in the foster care system, and I really, really hope that we get some more reform for that. I know that, I do believe that they have started to put more safeguards for the children in place, more training and things like that. But it's very, very hard to hear that, that's something that she had to go through as a young child. As she said, she was born in jail. And from there, she went on to her sister, but her sister was still a young teen herself. So Erica eventually ended up having to go into foster care at 2 years old. And yeah, she talked about her experience, and, I know that has to be a major effect on her even to this day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know there's got to be a lot of people that did not know that about her.
Yeah.
They see Erica Mena from all the controversy and also the entertainment and from the videos, but do not understand what she's been through. What her childhood was like, and I wish that on nobody. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's sad to hear. When I first found that out, I just felt so bad.
Yeah.
But it also helps you to understand her a little bit more.
100%.
So we should be careful to not just pass judgment on people without doing some investigation.
Yeah.
Let's do some investigation without first just doing an accusation. We like to accuse each other. We like to blame each other. We like to condemn one another. But it's important that we find out about one another before we make any type of judgment. We're not supposed to be judging people anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just really sad to hear that.
It is, and I thought it was important for us to mention what she had been through, because I know a lot of people are going to talk about Erica Mena, a lot of people are going to talk about Safaree, and they're going to, bring out, she, is out of control, and, he is this, that, and the third. But I do think it's important for us to take into account the facts, take into account that these are humans, right? Yeah. And this is their real lives. Although, yes, they put their lives on the internet for us to see, but still, we can have compassion on these people, because at the end of the day, they're humans, just like you and I, right? The Most High created them as well. And so we have to show compassion towards people. Erica, I'm not sure if she got the counseling, to deal with the things that she has gone through in her early childhood years. I know that has had to have a major effect on her, and the reason why we might see her doing some of these things that she's been doing. Now, that doesn't give her a pass to continue to do those things, right? There's so many tools available. There's counseling. So I just hope, that she's getting the help that she needs to go, to go through and to heal, from the things that happened to her as a child. But yeah, fam, I just thought it'd be good for us to see this side as well, so we can get a more clear picture of what's really going down.
Yeah, absolutely. And she even admits that, her anger, it stems from her past. It comes from her past. It comes from her childhood. And we see that she deals with trauma, and it's affecting her.
Yeah.
And trauma has effect on many of us, and I believe all of us have some trauma to some certain degree.
For sure.
To a certain degree, we have trauma.
Yeah.
It's what do we do with it? What do we do with the trauma? So we have to continue to seek help, seek therapy, seek the Most High.
Yes.
And making sure that the trauma does not cause us to make mistakes and cause us to sin. So yeah, I thought this was a good interview.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think she was being honest. I don't think she was putting on a show or she was trying to get people to feel sorry for her. I don't think that's something you can fake for some sympathy.
No.
Being molested and being born in prison and not being with your mother, that's not something you can fake just for some clout.
Yeah,
I don't think she would do that.
I don't think she would do that either. Yeah, it definitely explains a lot. Okay, babe, so I do have a question for you.
All right, let's get it.
How do unresolved past traumas influence behaviors and lead to recurring issues in a relationship?
Good question.
Yeah, that's definitely one that you're gonna be having to work your mind on.
Yeah, there's some brain gymnastics. My brain is
Okay.
just spinning. You hear the gears grinding, and the gears are grinding, family. I would say that past traumas can lead a person to be triggered.
Yeah.
Like if something bothers them that reminds them of their past, immediately they're triggered and they react in a negative way.
Yeah.
They react with being angry, with maybe even with fear, with rejection. They're repulsive. They automatically reject what it is the person said, and it might have not even been out of ill will. The person who said something that was triggering to that other person who's dealing with trauma, their intent wasn't necessarily to make them mad or upset or to hurt them, but whatever they said, it triggered that person to react in a negative way. And I think that past traumas can lead to somebody being triggered. So that's what I would say. I would say triggered. And also I would say past traumas can lead to trust issues. It's going to be hard for that individual to trust that person who says they love them.
Yeah.
Whether they love them or not, they're putting up this barrier, this guard, this defense because they've been hurt in the past because of the trauma. So I wouldn't be surprised for that person who's dealing with that past trauma to always be questioning their spouse. Or where are you going? Or why you ask me about this? Or they're always questioning. They always need that affirmation.
Yeah.
Because they have trust issues. They want that over confirmation that they're not cheating. Okay, you're going with your boys. You're gonna be back at this time, right? Do I need to pull up and be there with you? Do I need to hang out with you? You coming home at this time, right?
Yeah.
So.
And if you're 1 minute late, be blowing up your phone.
Yeah. You're gonna hear from me. I'm gonna let you have it. So I think it can lead to trust issues.
Yeah.
Which can cause that person who's dealing with that trauma to be over possessive.
Yeah.
Showing up at the workplace, showing up, pulling up to the place that he said he was going to.
Oh man.
To hang out with his boys, she just pull up just to make sure that he's telling the truth. So I think it can lead to trust issues and it can cause that person to be triggered.
Yeah. Wow. Those are some really great points. Oh my goodness. I agree, right?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, I agree. Past traumas will definitely have an effect on your triggers, I believe, right? Because, like you said, Erica, because when she was in foster care, the things that happened to her, I'm sure she didn't feel like she could escape from that, right? She was probably feeling hurt, but she didn't know how to deal with that hurt, right? And so probably now when she gets hurt, she wants to act out like how she couldn't do when she was a child, right? So now I'm an adult, so I can hit you back and I could hurt you too, right? So maybe that's the reason why we're seeing her, act like that with Safaree. And even if you guys do check out that video with her and her ex baby daddy and how she went off on him and how she was, really trying to give it to him too, like trying to be him as well. But maybe, like you said, it's because she was triggered, right? And now the way she handles it is maybe like her child self would have handled the situation that she was in when she was a kid if she was able to, right? So I agree.
Wow. Powerful perspective.
Oh, thank you, babe. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And also, like you said, the trust issues, right? Because man, when the people who were supposed to be taking care of you as a young child did things to you which are unthinkable, and how it's gonna make it hard for you to trust people. It's gonna make it hard for you to trust people, right? And so I have no doubt that she probably dealt with some of those trust issues, maybe even some insecurity, because she was feeling like, well, why me? Maybe I'm not good enough. Why don't I have my mom? So who knows? When you're a little kid like that, you don't understand what's going on. You don't understand that, mom's in jail, or, you don't understand that. All you know is that, like, I'm not with my mom and I'm in this other place, and the people who are supposed to be taking care of me aren't taking care of me the way that they should.
And we remember well, maybe not all the way. I was going to say, we remember when we were 2 to 6. Well, maybe not 2. I don't remember being 2. Do you remember being 2?
No, I don't.
No, I don't remember.
I think my
2.
earliest is like 3.
I would agree with you. 3. I have like snapshots.
Me too.
I remember like visual images of memories, but I don't like remember a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I do remember a little bit of 4. I remember 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
More so 6. But I remember, because kindergarten age, that's what, 5 and 6, something like that. So yeah, I mean, remember when you were 2 to 6, for what you do, what you could remember. Yeah, and it definitely has an impact on our lives, and for the rest of our lives, and
for sure.
Yeah, so I just wanted to share that. Just try to visualize what it would be like, and whether if you can relate or not, we can all agree that those are important years of our lives.
Oh, 100%.
Especially in our formation and our, in maturing into
our brain
being
development.
What is it, from 2? What is it, toddler? Was it 2 toddler to 6?
Like 2 to 5 or 2 to 6, I think, are some of the most important years for a child's development. Because if you think about it, some of the major milestones that you make as a human are from those ages, right? Like, you're starting to, you're starting to walk.
That's right.
You're starting to understand language. You're starting to speak. You're starting to form sentences.
Starting to do math equations.
You're starting to learn how to read.
2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. Yeah, for sure. Read, and I mean, it's an advantage for those who learn how to play an instrument early. It's like it's easier to learn how to play an instrument at those ages than being a grown adult.
Same with language, right? Like, you could pick up a language much quicker when you're younger than when you're older.
Right. Tell me about it.
Because your brain is like a sponge.
Yeah.
It's like a sponge at that age. You're picking up. You're just full subconsciousness. Like, your brain is subconscious. So the stuff that's being poured into it, like, you don't really have the ability at a young age to process it like that. You don't have like a logical process. So that's why it's so easy to like tell kids, Santa gave you all your presents, right? And they're just going to accept it for truth, because like they're not logically going to think about that. Like, they're just going to accept it. It's just going to go into their subconscious, and they're just going to accept it. So that's why at that young age it's so important for us to make sure that we're pouring into our children, because they're sponges at that age, and they're really soaking up a lot. Yeah.
We just have to put that in perspective.
For sure. I do have another question for you.
Let's get it.
So, what does the ongoing public feud between Erica Mena and Safaree reveal about their relationship dynamics?
Well, they've been I want to answer this in the most respectful way.
Yeah.
Because I was just going to say, no, I'm not going to say it.
Do it, say it.
Okay, immature.
Yeah.
It's immature. Yeah, I'm just saying immature. They could handle their relationship with more maturity. I don't mean this to disrespect them. I'm not trying to bash them.
Yeah.
But part of me is saying this is on purpose because they like the publicity. So for them to keep it secret and actually work it out, and they keep their problems in secret, I think that would be the just thing to do.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about that paper, we're talking about money, we're talking about ratings. It's better we put it out there. Yeah. We put our business out on Jump Street.
Uh-huh.
We put it out for everybody to see, so they can have their opinion on it.
Facts.
And everybody choosing sides and stuff. You know, people choosing Erica's side, people choosing Safaree's side. So I think this is what they wanted.
Oh yeah.
However, the drama is real. It's real and it's unfortunate. That's what I'm saying. It's gone too far.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I think it's genius and immature at the same time. But I think there's some genius in it. There's some ingenuity in it.
For sure.
I ain't going front, man.
For sure. I think it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's like on one end, this is what's giving you your money, right? This is what's giving you your attention. I mean, let's be real.
Honestly, let me just say this. Safaree, he said he was a rapper, right?
Supposedly.
Can you give me a Safaree verse? Put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat, family.
Yeah, let me know a Safaree bar.
Hey, let me know your favorite Safaree song.
Erica Mena, she's a singer, right? Let me know your favorite Erica Mena song.
Okay, let us know.
Yeah. Put a verse of hers and don't cheat either. Just off the top, right now, Erica Mena.
And Safaree.
Put a verse in there.
Let us know.
Have they even done a song together?
Not that I'm aware of.
And if they did a song, like, because they're both appear to be very confident or even, I guess I'll say egotistical, if that'd be safe to say, who would be featured?
Ooh, that's going to be tough.
Would it be Erica Mena featuring Safaree, or was Safaree with his ego? Would it be like Safaree featuring Erica Mena?
That's a good question. That's probably why they don't have one together, because they probably couldn't choose.
Maybe that's what they were arguing about.
Oh,
the album, right?
It's possible.
Okay. Never mind me. I'm trying to find a joke, some humor in the situation. I think we can find humor in a lot of situations, especially when they're serious like this.
Yeah, we gotta lighten it up a little bit, family. I mean, they're putting this out in the public eye for a reason. They want us to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they stay relevant. Let's be real. That's how they stay relevant. And Safaree, because he is taking Erica Mena back to court, apparently he's not doing as well anymore, and maybe his role has started to dwindle down on Love and Hip Hop. So I've noticed he's been on YouTube a lot more now. And hey, him posting this video on YouTube, let's be real, it's definitely gonna help him make some money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's definitely going to give him some more attention and, hey, maybe help him to pick up some more roles. Right? So
I'll get back in the booth.
I think he realized.
Sorry.
I think he realized that wasn't good.
Well, technically he was a hype man. He was a hype man. He was a hype man.
But he had some mixtapes out apparently, and he was a part of a group or something like that with Nicki. But
don't we all?
Oh, man.
I'm sure you got a mixtape somewhere.
Somewhere, right?
Yeah. You got a SoundCloud somewhere.
Man.
Or you have one.
Yeah, from what I've heard, Safaree isn't the best rap artist, from what I've heard.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of rappers today, so-called rappers, and that's
that's a fact.
Not the most technical either, so.
That's a fact. But I think he found his lane with the reality show.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think both of them have.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. They've definitely found their lane when it comes to the
They're almost the same person.
The male version, the female version, right?
Right. They're almost the same person. Maybe that's why things are not working out well, because there's just too much alike.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's definitely a possibility.
Because we definitely got some differences.
Yeah.
But we got some things alike too. Like we got things in common that are important.
Yeah.
But we have our differences though.
Yeah, we do. We do. What I always say is it's important to have your core values being the same as your spouse, but sometimes your spouse is gonna like, I don't know, let's just say peanut butter jelly, and maybe you like turkey sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to agree on every single thing, right? But those core values, I would suggest you want to make sure that those ones are aligned with each other, because that could definitely spark some issues, especially once the children come,
Yeah, so their marriage with 2019 to 2021, would that be 3 years? Yeah, it's 3, right? 2019, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 years of marriage.
That is really fast.
Yeah, really fast. I'm not sure if they did any counseling or anything like that. I've seen some clips of them.
So that means they checked out before that. If they got a divorce in 3 years, then that means at some point, maybe like within the second year or whenever. I don't know when the divorce was fully when it was
I don't know
filed.
when,
You know, because
yeah.
I don't. You know, divorces you just can't get one right away. I don't believe, right?
Especially if you're fighting, it takes.
I mean, I wouldn't have no experience with it, but I'm just saying, people who've been through it, it takes a minute, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like at least a year, would you say, or is it take longer than that? Give or take.
I think it just depends. I don't know how.
Maybe
long
this took like real quick. Like I'm tired of him. I'm tired of her.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long it took them.
Yeah.
But like you said, clearly the stuff started. Started hitting the fan early in their relationship because, like you said, for them to be divorced in 3 years, that means that stuff must have been going to the left, earlier than that.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, there's been allegations too. Like she's accused Safaree for cheating. And like I said earlier, not being supportive during the pregnancy.
Yeah.
Is she just saying these things to get people on her side? Because I mean, they haven't been proven.
Yeah.
Have they? I haven't seen any evidence. It's just allegations. It's accusations. So.
Yeah, that's true. So. Yeah,
And even on his behalf, on that interview, do you believe everything he said? Because we didn't really talk about that.
Yeah, we didn't.
Do you believe that she's harassing his mom and siblings, or you think he's just doing what she does?
I think that I do believe that there's some truth to it, right? I believe there's some truth to it. I believe that she probably was sending his family certain things that she shouldn't have been sending them. I think that, obviously we could see, her hitting him and things like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm sure that stuff was happening that she should definitely not have been doing. But to sit here and say that, do I believe every single thing that Safaree says? No. I think that, there was some embellishment in there, probably, Erica is upset with him also because she's saying that he's like a deadbeat. And he's saying like, well, I'm not a deadbeat. I do for my children, and the only reason why I don't see my kids is because of Erica, because of how she acts. I don't know if I fully believe that right now. Yeah. Do I think that Erica could be, dramatic and abusive? Yes, I do. But do I think that is the sole reason why he's not seeing his children? No, I don't. I think that he knows I have a feeling he knows how to handle Erica. I believe that if he didn't want to, I believe that she was triggered, right? I don't think that she was just doing this just to do it. I believe that there was some sort of trigger to happen and then she exploded, right? I think that if he came to Erica and was like, you know what, I just want to see my children, I just want to pick them up, I'm sure that Erica would allow him to pick up his children, you know what I'm saying? And I think it could happen without there being a big fight, right? And if that's not possible for them to do, there are several ways that they could fix those issues. For instance, they could, have a family member mediate the drop-off. Or he could just pick the kids up from school, and she could drop the kids off at school, and he could pick them up from school. So there's so many different ways that you don't even necessarily have to get in contact with your ex to see the children if it's to that point where you just can't even see each other. Or maybe have the drop-off be in a public place, right? So that, likely the person's not going to start acting wild and acting a fool. So I think it's both of them, right? I think that there's some truth. I think the truth is in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I'm not necessarily blaming Safaree, and I'm not necessarily blaming Erica. I think, I agree with you, somewhere in the middle. I think they're both held responsible.
Yeah.
For their divorce and also for their current drama. Also, too, it just drops on Instagram. Erica Mena released a clip of their daughter saying that Safaree, that he attacked their son.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe he kicked their son, according to the words of the daughter.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I don't know what you think about that, family. Do you think that was staged? Do you think Erica Mena had their daughter rehearse those lines for social media? Or do you think the daughter was telling the truth?
Man. Well, I hope she did not have her child say that, like, as a line. Like, coerce her into saying that. I really hope not, because she should not be involving the children into their situation. You know, leave the kids out of it. So I hope she didn't coerce her child to say that. And if Safaree did do that, that's an issue. That's an issue. You cannot abuse your child in that way. You know, I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. I'm really against physically harming your child in any way. I think there's so many ways now that we can discipline our children without having to physically harm them, because when you're in an enraged state, it can be hard to control your strength. Let's just be real. It can be hard to control your strength, and nowadays we live in a time period where people see any kind of welts on your child or anything like that, and they're going to school, they can call CPS on you, and you would be in the wrong. So I would be very, very mindful of that. And yeah, if he's kicking his son, obviously it's not okay.
Yeah, we can we have different perspectives on that. I don't condone abuse, violence. However, spare the rod, spare the child. Is that how the verse go? You know the verse.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and share that verse. But I think there's a way to do it. I mean, maybe just frighten the child with the rod. I don't know. It's a bad kid. Some kids need some kids need to get their butt whooped.
Don't do it, family.
I don't know. There's some bad kids. I don't know. Some kids are bad because they ain't got no butt whooping. But hey, me and my wife, we do not agree on that. But yeah, as far as abuse goes, yeah. And it depends on the child too, because not every child you deal with the same. Like, you know, we're all individuals. So
yeah,
some children you don't necessarily have to give them a little, you know, a little love shot.
Yeah, I just think it's important for us to be mindful, family. Obviously, how you choose to raise your child is your business at the end of the day. I'm just saying some things to be mindful of, because, again, nowadays, your kids can get taken from you. They can call the police on you for child abuse. So I would just say be mindful.
Yeah.
If there are other ways that you can handle your child's misbehavior, I mean, nowadays, you know, kids, they be stuck to their electronics. I mean, I'm sure they'll be just as devastated if you took away, you know, something like that, took away their PlayStation or whatever the case may be. I'm sure they'd be just as devastated. Took away their phone. So I think there's
some bad kids. I don't know. Some kids need their butt whooped.
Well, again,
you can tell it's just the spoiled attitude, the disrespect. Oh yeah, they need some tough love.
Yeah, but hey, we have differences of opinion.
Yeah, it just depends on the child. It just depends how you go about it. But I don't believe in abuse, like where you just like really like taking your anger out. No, it should be controlled. But we have different perspectives, and I'm not condoning violence, so please, you know, do not. Well, you can remix my words. Go right ahead. Go ahead. I'm used to people remixing my words, but hey, I mean, if you're a child, you shouldn't be watching this anyway. But if you're a child and you're watching this, and you do call the police on your parents, and you know that you shouldn't have, they might have just, you know, gave you a little tough love, but nothing that hurt you or even injured you, but you would have called the police anyway because they touched you. Do you really want your parents taken away from you? So it's just something to think about. Like, do you really want your parent to be taken away from you? Just because you got entitled. Because you know the law and you have it to your advantage. So I don't know. It's just kind of different perspective. I know this is turning into a debate, but I just wanted to share that. Yeah, that recently dropped, that news that allegedly that he kicked their son. Yeah. According to the words of their daughter.
Yeah, you know, and also too, like with kids too, like they might misinterpret misinterpret things, right? So like to them, they might not have been meaning to get their parent in trouble, mind you, right? They might just be telling the story. Like they might just be like, because kids, they'll say whatever. They'll say whatever. True. Like I used to be a preschool teacher, so let me tell you, the kids will say all types of stuff, right? And so they might just be like having a conversation with their teacher and say like, oh yeah, you know, my mom, dad, they hit me, you know what I'm saying? But like, it wasn't necessarily like I'm trying to incriminate my parent. It was just like, it's something that happened, you know, and I'm just saying it. And when kids are little, like in their 3s and 4s, they don't know that, like, they don't really know. They just talking, like, it just happened. That's what happened at the house, right? So it's like, I'm just going to tell the story. I'm just going to say, oh yeah, you know, mom hit me or whatever the case may be, right? So I'm not necessarily saying that it's always the child just personally just calling them up and stuff like that. But
well, about my childhood, I plead the fifth.
Me too.
Plead the fifth. Love you, mama. Love you, pops.
Me too. No, thankfully, you know, I didn't have to experience too much of that. But
oh, you was good. I was good too. We're both real.
Yes. But anyway, family, that's our little debate for the night. We have to get at least into one.
Oh yeah. So it's a married thing. That's probably why they probably didn't debate enough. I think they just argued. They didn't debate. There's a difference. Argue, debate. 2 different things.
100%.
Yeah.
They just need to get into more debate.
Yeah, right. More fun. Like, well, I mean, it's a serious topic that we're talking about, but we're gonna do the right thing. We're gonna do what's right.
100%. 100%. Well, I have one last question for you.
Let's get it. Let's go.
All right. What is some advice that you would give Erica Mena and Safaree on how they can move past their conflicts and develop a healthy co-parenting relationship?
Wow, that's a deep question. They would have to look at themselves in the mirror first. Both of them would have to evaluate themselves and really find out the root cause. It sounds like Erica Mena, you know, she's bringing it up. She's talking about her trauma from her past. So, you know, looking into the root cause of what's causing the problems, but also to seeking help. They individually need to seek help, but they would have to really want it. And I don't know if they really want it.
Yeah.
I think they like their careers. They like the attention. So I don't know if they're ready for that transformation, but it takes work. It takes time. And we all go through a transformation. It's not, 100%. Oh, you just get saved once and that's it. You're constantly transforming. You're constantly renewing. As I say in the Bible, is that verse? You know that verse I'm talking about.
Yeah, be renewed.
Be renewed, right? Be constantly renewed and transformed. Be renewed and transformed.
By the renewal of your spirit.
By the renewal, right? So it's a continuance. It's an ongoing endeavor, family. It's not just a one-time event. Oh, you saved and that's it. So they individually would have to really look at themselves in the mirror and address those problems that are deep rooted. Yeah. That's causing them to act out. So that's causing them to make mistakes that's like, man, I wish I didn't do. Mm-hmm. You know, so also it would have to be individual. They have to individually seek their peace. Yes. And then in regards to their, well, I mean, there's no relationship, they're divorced. So, I mean, I can only hope that, you know, they're respectful towards each other and that they both take care of their children. Yeah. And what I would really encourage is that they really focus on the children's happiness. 100%. Because apparently they have not focused on each other's happiness. So at least they can focus on their children's happiness. So it has to be about the children. It has to be about the children. And when they see each other, at least to be respectful. Yeah. You know, they at least acknowledge one another. And in regards to them going back and forth on social media, I don't know, that's their job. So it's kind of like, you know.
We don't know when it will end, family. We don't know when it will end because it is. That's how they get paid. That's how they get their attention. If they stop doing that, what would they do? Right. I mean, you know, hey. Does an NBA player like playing NBA games? I mean, he's a player, right? He's a professional athlete playing for the NBA. So, I mean, they're professional
What are they? Professional? How would you phrase it?
Reality stars.
There you go. Hey, yeah, professional reality stars. So they're professional at it. So
they're professional at it. So and we know reality shows. They about the drama, right? They about the drama. They about the spice. And we know that Erica Mena and Safaree, they about the spice too. They about that drama. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they will be able to, at least for their children, be cordial. And who knows? This could all be staged.
It could be.
It could be.
But man, they really going far to do it. Man, it's believable.
It is.
Yeah.
It is believable. Yeah, I just hope for
it's like wrestling almost.
Man.
Right?
For real.
Except way more real. Wrestling's completely fake.
Yeah.
This is man. If it's real, I've been bamboozled.
Me too.
If this is not real.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. But yeah, I just hope, that they get it together for their children. I really hope that they could show their children, at least what a healthy co-parenting relationship should look like. Because, at the end of the day, I know Erica, she had trauma growing up, but, I'm hoping that she doesn't create that similar trauma with her own children. Yes. So,
most importantly, they have to seek a relationship with the Most High.
100%.
If they already have one, they have to just continue to do so and really seek the Most High.
Yeah.
With all, we gotta seek the Most High. All of us, not just for them, but for us.
Yes.
With all of our might.
Yes.
With all of our heart, and with all of our. With all of our heart, with all of our mind,
soul.
Yes. Yeah. With all of our.
With all of our
heart,
being, okay?
Yeah, that's right. With all of our heart, with all of our soul, and with all of our might.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. As it says in Deuteronomy 6:4. So, yeah, they would really have to do that if they really want to seek some peace.
Yes. 100%. So, who knows? We might be back here again with some more information on Erica Mena and Safaree. We'll have to see, definitely hoping the best for them and hoping that they come to a resolution at least on behalf of their children.
Yeah, maybe they can just agree to disagree.
And move on, right?
Say the least.
Yeah.
I think it's about that time.
Me too, family. Yeah. We're not going to keep y'all here all day.
Yes, family. We got things to do. But before we leave, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Yes, family. Please do. And until next time, this is Jazz.
And this is Jaden.
Peace.